What's going on, everybody? Mr. Thrasha here. Welcome to the 500th episode of the Mr. Thrasha Show, bringing you the first ever Beverly Hills Ninja filming locations video. Took me a long time to put this together, as there are a lot of spots. Got most of the spots, maybe a few here and there I didn't, but I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with what I found. So get ready. Whether you care, or whether you don't, who cares? 500 episodes. Alright. Beverly Hills Ninja. We're now over here, where we're going to start this filming location journey at the Huntington Library and Botanical Gardens here in San Marino. And this is where they filmed all the Japan scenes. We're actually here in the Japanese garden. The dojo was here. The bridge you see in the film when Sensei is coming around training the ninjas. And this here is actually the road that he leaves on the bus.
We were wrong.
Sorry about some of these folks. They're just enjoying the garden here. This is where he is in training as a youngster. Him and Kobe.
Very wrong. You're scared.
When they're training, Sensei is training the ninjas. And they got their weapons. Young Haru hits young Kobe in the back. Then they're grown up, and he hits him again. Today is the day where you all realize you are ninjas. Zip. I'll give you one more look over the entire scene here. It's those intro scenes. Takes about 5-6 hours to walk around all the gardens, so wish to God I had time to do that, but we'd never have time for that in a day. So. Okay, it's down here in the Japanese gardens. Very busy area, so you're going to hear lots of banter from random people. You go in every different direction. This is where Sensei is walking around and the ninjas are jumping out of hedges. All the ninjas in training, including Haru. Here's the screen-used bridge that you see right here. You see Sensei walk this way, past the bridge. Kind of doing this without any screen matchups or anything, so pretty much just going on memory. One of these bushes here, Haru pops out of on this side of the bridge. And he's got that bird thing. It's like an owl on his head. Very impressive. Are you a ninja? Yes. Yes, I am a ninja. That sucks, we can't get right to that section right over there, though it looks completely different anyways. Sensei! Sensei! I have been waiting for this for such a long time. I was just in there. Haru, tonight's exercise is for the ninjas only. But your job is an important one. You must stay and guard the dojo. I will do as you say, Sensei. I was just beyond this wall here. I will guard the dojo, and I shall water the plants. Right about where these people are is where Sensei is when he starts handing out the medallions to all the ninjas, and they're all lined up here. And he gives a medallion to every single ninja. He says, I give the gold medallion to my most honored student.
The golden medallion to my finest student.
We see Haru basically pep up when he thinks he's going to get the gold medallion, and then Sensei hands out the rest of the medallions, gives the gold one, of course, to Kobe. And when he comes to Haru, he's like, got an empty tray. Sorry, Haru. Haru's just like, Good job, big brother. I always felt so bad in that. Gives medallions to everybody except for Haru. They're all down here waiting for their medallions. But eventually Haru does earn his medallion. He becomes a ninja. Pretty awesome. Filmed both ways here. That's where Sensei was, and he's handing out the medallions to everybody except for Haru. Okay. This is supposed to be Japan in Beverly Hills Ninja. Really, it's San Marino.
Goodbye. Yes, goodbye.
So right up here is where they drive off. Is where Haru says goodbye to everybody. I will miss you. Goodbye. Sayonara.
Sayonara. Goodbye.
There weren't as many trees obstructing this bridge down here. This is where he's bowing to everybody.
For necessities.
I think I'm gonna miss him. He's like, no, you will not, because you're going with him. No, please. Anything but that. Kobe. You will become his shadow. Nobody can know that you are following him, especially Haru.
Wait up! Goodbye, everyone!
The actual shot of him driving away on the bus is more or less down this way, where he whacks his head on the branch. That was a shot of him going this way. That could be the tree right there. I don't think so, but that could be. Here's the screen-used bridge that you can see from up there and down here. In most of the shots, when they show the Japanese gardens in Beverly Hills Ninja, the sensei walks right around this bridge. And we see Haru come down Wilshire Boulevard. There's the sign that you see in the film, 9700 right there. It's from the other angle, but I can't stand in the middle of traffic, so. And he's turning on to North Santa Monica Boulevard, and you see the park with the statue right over here. So unfortunately that statue with the leaf over its privates is not there. So he stops over here, and he looks to the left. Turns off of Wilshire on the highway up there. Then he passes by this sign, North Santa Monica. And this is the park where he saw the statue with the leaf over its privates. I would have put that statue right over here. In the next shot, we see Tanley and his right-hand man coming down this way.
Plates have been taken by a small gang called the Kobudo-sai.
They come down this way, right here, right in front of this stone fountain, which is not always on, so just like it is in the film, it is on today. Exact same fountain. See that piece, all this. Seen in Beverly Hills Ninja. Tanley, this man walked down this way. Show a mashup of the fountain.
We think crooks like me are so well respected. Ah, my dear.
One more time, fountain, stairs that come down, and they meet Allison Page right here after she was finishing her shopping excursion.
Some lunch.
And we get a shot of Haru coming down this way amongst this beautiful palm tree alley as he heads into Beverly Hills. Okay, welcome to the Langham in Pasadena. and this stood in as the Rodeo Plaza Hotel in Beverly Hills. Really, it's here in Pasadena, and this is where Farley, playing Haru, comes to stay. Of course, when Haru first arrives here at the Langham, he comes through this exact valet area. Things have changed just a little bit around here with the way the valet works, but when he comes over here, the guy takes his car. Thanks, asshole.
Oh, thanks, asshole. You're welcome.
The infamous area where we first see him head in and drop his shoes right here. Fortunately, gentlemen will always come along, scoop up those shoes, and dispose of them. This is not where you leave your shoes, Haru. I think the first time's probably the funniest, but I don't know how many pairs of shoes he ends up going through, but eventually, who keeps stealing my shoes? This is nice. It smells so good in here. This is like a showroom. I have a classical piano player here. I wouldn't mind ripping the keys right now, but they probably get upset. That'll probably set them off.
Everything you do irritates me.
Going over some of it. This is where they had the check-in counter right here. This is where Chris Farley talks to the guy who checks him in, and Chris Rock comes from over here to help him with his bags. The floor itself has been completely changed to wood, so it looks nothing the way it did in Beverly Hills Ninja in 1997, but this is exactly where the concierge was set up. You can see these windows in the background. Other than that, some pretty significant changes in this area.
Sorry, I don't see anyone by that name in my computer. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Pretty neat. This is the area now, and I really appreciate them getting everybody out of here so I can do this quick little shoot here. They're very helpful here at the Langham, 100%. So once again, going over it, floor's been changed. However, you can notice these light fixtures still on the wall, the window back here, and some of the ceiling architecture as well. But the floor has been changed. There are tables and stuff in here now. It's no longer a check-in area. I'm not sure that it ever was, actually. But this is how they had it set up in the film. Right where you see this piano is where the service desk would have been.
I think I would like to rent one of your lodgings. Is the cost great?
Compared to what?
Of course, that is Patrick Breen, who plays the guy behind the counter. Sir, we're a 5-star hotel with over 600 rooms booked 6 months in advance. Unfortunately, we don't take wampum. Do you perhaps take gold?
1A.
1A.
So right here in this location, before Chris Farley shows up, Chris Rock is talking to the guy, and he's like, 1 hour to deliver 2 garment bags. Do you have a reason there? I believe what he says is, yeah, I seem to be coming down with a mild case of tunnel carpal syndrome. I think it's from carrying these large, heavy garment bags. I didn't want to go and sue this hotel for millions of dollars, so I figured I'd just pace myself. Very cool. Yeah, pretty interesting. Those light fixtures are still up here. Some things still here, but the service desk, of course, is not.
Gold?
After he pours the gold on the desk, calls for Chris Rock. Front. Perhaps I should send Dom Perignon to your room. I prefer to be alone tonight. Perhaps later I will meet your friend Don. Chris Rock comes over here to help him with his bags. bring him to the room. He's like, oh, wrists. What you got in here, man? Clock radios?
Technique for ripping a man's head off is by simply using your bare hands.
Like the pimp the store he gets the pimp attire from is just over here. You look like a pimp. And as a pimp, I shall blend into Beverly Hills. Like MSG in a miso soup.
I got your back.
So when this scene begins, Chris Rock and Chris Farley are coming around this corner right here. He's gonna teach Chris Rock how to be a ninja. They come by these storefronts right here.
Chickens? Ninja secret. Chickens.
This is where he's telling Chris Rock it's best to practice on chickens. He says, chickens? Ah, this is what I was looking for, Joe. After they pass the fourth store windows right here, he crosses over here. This is what I was looking for, Joey. A Beverly Hills disguise. Here at 109, this would have been the pimp store.
You look like a pimp.
One more look, first ever coverage right here. It's now a hair studio. Mika Hair Creation. This was the pimp store, or the store in which he got his pimp attire in Beverly Hills Ninja. We're gonna coin it as the pimp store. That's so cool. So Chris Rock, Chris Farley coming down here. They pass 1, 2, 3, 4 these display windows before crossing over. Comes in here into the kimono shop to get his Beverly Hills disguise. 109. You notice the windows are the same. This thing up here is the same. This part, the architecture here. Man, that is too cool. I was looking all around Beverly Hills for this, but it's here in Pasadena. There you go. First ever coverage on video of this. This is an unlisted location. The Pimp Store in Beverly Hills Ninja. This is where he comes out in his pimp attire. And then him and Chris Rock continue walking this way. In fact, you see this exact English phone booth in the film as well. This is the exact same one. Screen used in Beverly Hills Ninja. They come walking by here.
This misstep could put Sally's life in jeopardy.
So what are you saying? I can't go with you?
Beverly Hills Natural Blondes? And they come right by this exact English phone booth right here. There it is, still there. I knew I'd be able to find this. Gotta mention too, there's another scene here as Chris Rock and Chris Farley are heading this way. Chris Rock kind of stays right in front of this store. Chris Farley thinks he sees Sally going by, Allison Page. He goes, Sally Jones?
Sally?
Ah! Oh my gosh, get away from me, you freak!
They stop right there as he notices her. Right to the right of the screen used phone booth, right across from where he got the pimp attire. Right. And his search for Sally Jones continues. This is where he was parked down here. Again, right where you see that white vehicle is where his red car would have been. That's also where he pulls off later after running into Sally Jones. Sorry. Allison Page.
Play along with them, not let them know I am here. Here.
This is him after actually getting up, after walking into the pole. So the scene where he walks into the pole after encountering Sally Jones, aka Allison Page, is right here. Right behind him there, you'll notice the colonnade. The colonnade's up here, still there. This is grown over heavily with foliage. So all these buildings are still here. Some of them have changed a bit. The colonnade's right there behind his head. And to its right is also where we just were, the Burlington Arcade. And you'll see this building right there in the distance behind all these trees, but we're gonna walk closer and point that out. So we encounter Sally Jones, aka Allison Page, right here. Look at the pavement right there. We'll show a clip from the film. That's this area right over here. So a lot of these sidewalks have changed. There's the colonnade right there. So Kobe would have thrown the ninja star from over there, popped her tire, and she pulls kind of like a U-ey, and she's checking out the tire, and that's when Chris Farley runs into her. Oh! Sally Jones! It is I, Haru! She's like, Haru, what are you doing here? I said, you said you were in need of a ninja, so I have I've traveled many miles and now disguised as a pimp to help you.
Sure that as the cat.
Unfortunately, from what we can tell, the pole that he walks into would not be here. That would have been set up for the film, as far as we can tell. I was hoping we'd actually find the exact pole, but you can't really line that up. But this was the area right here. All that scene in the background, it's about the area he walks into that pole, knocking himself silly. The hydrant is not the same. It's been changed, but it is in the same spot, as well as these pipes over here. This is where they're walking up. Yeah. So all we could find is this faded clip here.
Come to rescue you.
I don't need to be rescued. Just leave.
Ah, I see. Very smart.
All the foliage is covering up these buildings that you can see behind them. And they're walking up right here. See that? Yeah.
This right now, they're walking by this. And then it stops right here. There's this is right there.
Do not despair,
These are fake poles. Walks by one of them.
Be ever vigilant. I will be watching your every move, making sure that as the cat.
So it would have been like down here. Probably like right here.
Yeah, the exact pole location we just been over here. Before all this stuff was put up. Now finding the exact spot before he runs into Sally Jones where Kobe was acting as a statue, incognito. Finding these awnings is proved impossible. There are some awnings up the way, but if you look at this, you see a piece of that window. It looks to be this building over here, which would mean all this, the awnings were right here, and that all this has been completely done. Look at that. That looks like that building right there. Just see a little piece of it right there. And right over here, close to where the pimp store was, just over here, is where Chris Farley was parked, right about where this white vehicle is, before he pulls off to follow Tanley. You get a shot of him right here in the car, right at the end of this little promenade here.
We will see who is the hunter and who is the prey, Martin Tanley.
We've had the black neon strip club sign up here. So Farley gets sucked into going into the strip club, and he ends up on stage. Nobody's covered this spot before, but it's right here in Chinatown, LA. This is where the sign was up here. This was the front entryway. Over here, beside Bruce Lee statue, is actually 9:45. This is where they throw him out. So they throw him out right here, and then the dead body lands next to him.
Holy shit, Tom! Ow!
No one's ever covered this. So you can see a little bit of the black neon strip club sign over here. Right here. Caught that 9:45 when I was watching the film. So this is where they throw him out. Throw him out of the strip club. And then the guy gets shot, lands right beside him. So he gets thrown out right here. Then when the guy gets shot, he lands right here in this area. And then you hear the woman go, yell, "Help, police," and she's actually up here on the balcony. I'll show you the exact spot in a second. But Chris Farley's looking up this way. Over here, but he'd just be looking at that wall. She was actually standing over there.
No! I did not do it!
Chris Farley right here. So the woman who yelled "Help, police" is just up here. You can see all this shot I'm about to show you. Just gonna show this still right here of the balcony where the Asian woman was screaming at Haru, calling for the police. It's just changed in color a little bit. Same balcony, just the colors changed. It's a little darker now. Alright, so this is where the woman was given the news the following day. You can see this in the background. Used in a lot of other films as well. She's explaining what happened. Now somebody was murdered. So he's wanted for murder yet again, but you can see the woman. I'll show a clip right here.
This is the site of what looks to be a gangland murder last night in Little Tokyo.
So one more time. Asian woman was up here, yelling "Help, police," even though Farley was looking up this way. This is the back entryway. This was the main entryway. The black neon sign here. Pretty cool. No one's ever covered this spot before. I love this movie. Beverly Hills Ninja. Beside the Bruce Lee statue. Pretty cool.
And for murder.
Got this shot over here. There's one of the rampways right here. Chris Rock playing Joey was running down. And Haru is training him. He runs down this ramp here chasing the chicken. Keep practicing, Joey. One day you will choke that chicken.
Swabbing and messing up and getting in the way.
Who keeps stealing my shoes? Who keeps stealing my shoes? So right here at the back of the Langham, scene in Beverly Hills Ninja. Just a bit of a color change. This was Chris Farley's room right over here, his room exterior. I'm not sure if they did the interiors in there or not. Highly unlikely, but this is where he comes out to do his meditation thing and meet Sensei on the plane of enlightenment.
Sensei. Meditate on me, Haru.
Meditate on me, Haru, and meet me on the plane of enlightenment. Of course, Haru can't focus properly, so he comes into the clouds uncontrollably. I'm here, Haru. So the first time Sensei gets them to meet him on the plane of enlightenment was at the Japanese garden that I was at, where he hands out the medallions. The second time is right here. This is the exterior of Haru's room. So when he comes back down the second time, I think he ends up getting blown right through the windows. How can I help you, my son? Well, there's been another murder or two. I'm having problems finding Sally Jones. You could try a phone book. Ah, a phone book. One time, very cool. Utilize the whole back area of this hotel. Beautiful. Like I said, there's more white in the film, but aside from that, not much has changed here at the Langham since 1997. That was 28 years ago. Wow. Rest in peace to Chris Farley. There's his room exterior right there. Many shots just like this in Beverly Hills Ninja of the back whole back area of the hotel complex here. Huge property, huge. Really surprised that they didn't use the Japanese garden over here at all. Just take that in. This whole property stood in as the Rodeo Plaza Hotel. Nowhere close to Rodeo. Welcome to the Rodeo Plaza Hotel.
Tammy, you have left a trail a sloth could follow.
Alright, brings us back over here to Chinatown and Hop Louie, which unfortunately has recently closed down. What an incredible structure though. Sign's really awesome, just like it was in Beverly Hills Ninja. This is where he comes and he's cooking. He's cooking on the big flat grill. Was here at 9:50, but now it's closed. Yes, here's a screen grab right here with the lit up sign in the film. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see the building. We were gonna eat here, but unfortunately, it actually closed within the last year. But there's the building from the film with the lights on the sign there. I was really hoping to eat inside this place and get some interior shots of some of the grills and stuff while the action goes down, but doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Still very cool to see it from the outside though. Wicked. Hop Louie, used in Beverly Hills Ninja. So here's the back of Hop Louie, where he jumps in the car with Allison Page, and they gun it that way.
We are really in this.
So when Haru and Allison are on their way back, they're coming up this side in front of the fountain. You get a good shot of that fountain. Screen used in Beverly Hills Ninja.
One with the chicken. One with the chicken.
Keep practicing, Joey.
Chris Rock playing Joey is chasing the chicken around the fountain. So when Haru comes by with Allison Page, who he thought was Sally Jones, they're heading into the hotel. He's like, keep practicing, Joey. Where Farley would enter the hotel and leave, always leaving his shoes on his way in. But when he comes back out, the custodian had taken them. Every time. Who keeps stealing my shoes? Okay. So here's another really cool spot here from Beverly Hills Ninja. The dead of night. Out here in Calabasas, and this is the Hindu temple. This is where Martin Tanley has his gang meeting, and Haru comes here with Sally Jones, or actually Allison Page. Sally Jones is just the fake name she gave him. Comes here with Allison Page, and then Tanley gets a hold of her, and they end up escaping with her in the van. So all the gang activity went down inside the temple right there. Pretty neat. I don't really see anything quite like that. And then right in this parking lot is where Tanley and his right-hand man grab Allison Page, and they kidnap her in the van. And Haru is just left over there, sitting alone. pretty cool. So they utilize this whole parking lot over here. And the temple itself. Obviously not going to be able to get inside the temple, but pretty cool that you can even see it. You can walk up to the gate here and see everything really well. Pretty cool. I was unable to locate where the spot where he takes Allison Page in the van and where Haru has to save her at the end, Martin Tanley's warehouse. I was thinking it was in the Arts District, but I really don't know. So I'm probably going to end this filming location tour right here at the Hindu Temple in Calabasas. Give it a big thumbs up. Please like, please subscribe. If you're new here, let you know when a new episode goes up. Never know what you may be missing here on the Mr. Thrasha show. This is pretty wild. Hindu Temple in Calabasas.
Allison!
One more establishing shot here. Rest in peace, late great Chris Farley. There you go, Hindu Temple out here in Calabasas, used in Beverly Hills Ninja, 1997. Hilarious film. I love it. One of my favorite Chris Farley films. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Okay. Hindu Temple. Awesome. And this is where we're going to end our Beverly Hills Ninja filming location tour. Back at the Japanese Garden here in San Marino. And this is where he ends up saying goodbye once again to Kobe and Sensei. Kobe's in a wheelchair.
Even myself.
Though it will sadden me to see you leave.
And the final scene that we get is Haru and Sally Jones, aka Allison Page, heading off. Unfortunately, Kobe is somehow tied to the back of the vehicle, and he comes along with them.